Hey guys, Saiyan Saga here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be jumping into the newly released Yamcha Burst Mode. We're going to do both the 6,000 point missions as always. Getting 6,000 points gives you all of the missions, and then there's one for each of the specific categories. So as I always explain in these Burst Mode videos, just for the sake of anyone who has not seen one before, you only have to get the 6,000 points once. So whichever of the two categories is going to be your strongest, Saiyan Saga or Bond of Friendship, do the 6,000 points, and then literally all you have to do after that is take off all of the modifiers except for the category one that you still need to do when you do your second run. And then because the event has no modifiers on it, it'll be super easy because it's just a Dokkan event and you can smash through it and get that last mission done. But what I like to do for my videos is I like to get 6,000 points on both, just to show that it can be done with either category. So whichever one is the one that is going to be the best for you, you know that you are still going to be able to do it. So we're going to start off with Saiyan Saga. We've got int and physical types only because that gives the most points. 500 or less team cost so we can get the most characters. I don't know if it would matter if we put it down with the team that I've built, but we're getting 6,000 points anyway. And then we take off, so the enemy can't be sealed, stunned, attack or defense lowered. That's fine. We're used to that in like difficult content anyway, right? So it doesn't matter too much. And then we give the enemy damage reduction to tech types because that's the type that we're not using. So we haven't given him really any extra, we haven't given him this bonus extra attack and defense, given him a little bit of damage reduction. We're not having the from phase 3 get stronger. We're not putting on any of these optional attacks. They give him a lot of extra attack for very little points. And then really all you need to do is these attack and defense and HP. We literally just put on the lowest possible one, which is only 50%. When you think about how like Dokkan events don't hit particularly hard as it is anyway, so 50% extra attack is not really a huge amount. And then we don't have the damage threshold, we don't have to have the negative type orbs deal damage or allies minus key, because we put on the no support items and no support memories, and that takes us to 6,070, which is more than enough. So this is the team that we've got. Obviously Yamcha with his Easy A, very helpful for this. We've got the physical free-to-play Chaozu from the Saiyan Saga like story, like tutorial team. So yeah, should be a decent enough team. Obviously it's not anything super crazy, not the kind of team we'd be taking into a post-anniversary red zone or anything like that, but we should be okay. And then usually what I do, even though we don't have the allies minus key thing on, I think it's a good idea to just go for all of the key things, because then regardless of like the rotations that we end up with, we know we're going to be fine. So we do have double Yamcha turn 1, which is not ideal because Yamcha is really our go-to slot 1, but here's what it is. So we'll go ahead and do that. We want to make sure we save the rainbow orbs for Yamcha for his dodge. Well, actually it doesn't matter because it's before attacking. So the one in slot 3 isn't going to have to worry too much about that. And yeah, we shouldn't be at too much of a disadvantage. Like 50% extra defense is also not a lot for a Dokkan Fest boss. The big thing is like 1,000% extra HP. But even then, like, you know, that's what, 10 times the HP they would normally have. And when you think, if you're doing a Dokkan event normally, you can very often one-shot some of these bosses. And you can see here, like, even crit normals from Yamcha doing some pretty significant damage. So I think we should be looking pretty good here. Obviously TN, Prime Battle LRTN, he's going to get his Easy A next week. So that will make things a little bit easier as well. But yeah, we should be looking pretty good. Obviously Saiyan Saga, you do have the options for like Raditz, Nappa. There's a couple of different physical and there's the physical Gallic Gun Vegeta. I wanted to go for just for like a little bit more synergy, making the full super class like Z Fighters version of the team, which I think will work out well. Was that 2,000 damage? Or was that him? Oh, that was him supering me. I was gonna say, like, how did we do 2,000 damage? But yeah, that was him supering us. I thought something had gone horribly wrong there for a second. But yeah, we get the crit, finish him off, go on to phase 2. Underestimate me at your own peril. Alright, Yamcha, calm down. Okay, so we got a pretty good rotation here. We got the Goku for Gohan, so we can go ahead and do this. Float off Krillin, I guess. And just do that. Get all the orbs that we need. Because yeah, this Gohan, like, he was pretty good on release. I think he was... It was a weird part 2 for those Carnival LRs because they weren't really super hype, but like performance-wise, Like, Gohan could be really good. When he was fully built up, one of the hardest fights in the game at the time, especially for Global, was the Saiyan Shenron fight. And he was obviously a physical boss. And like Gohan could tank his super attack for double-digit damage when he was fully built up. So he's a unit that has always been good, like from release, but just wasn't really super hyped for most people. And then he did age like out fairly quickly. So obviously he's not in a good spot. It doesn't really get any use anymore. But he's fine on the team here as well for this run. The version Z Goku with his EZA is obviously very solid. Gives a lot of support to the team. So he should work out quite nicely. And then Prime Battle Krillin, he's pretty old now, so we wouldn't expect much from him in terms of crazy numbers or anything. But obviously with the bare minimum sort of modifiers that we've got on here, we're not expecting too much of a challenge. So do this. We've got the TN on rotation for Chaozu. So it should be a solid enough rotation here. We've got the Yamcha, TN and Chaozu, good old summon trio combo. 21 million now for Yamcha as he gets built up by doing all of his attacks. So take you out nice and easy. It's annoying that this one has 4 phases, right? Yeah, because we've got the tech one and then we'll have the int one afterwards. So I guess we could just go ahead and use the active skill here, because that counts as another super as well. So if we get 4 rainbow orbs, which we do, that means Yamcha has a 100% chance to dodge in slot 1, because he's technically already attacked once, which gives super attacked, which gives him 10% chance to dodge. And then he's got 4 rainbow orbs, which gives 40%, and he has base 50%, right? So he has a 100% chance to dodge on the turn where you do the active skill if you get 4 rainbow orbs. So guaranteed dodges the super in slot 1, which is good. Big crit on the super. Yeah, he probably just finishes him off, even with normals, potentially, because he attacks so many times in a turn. And then, yeah, we do. I was going to say, even 1 additional super should be enough. And then we take him out and can move on to the final phase. Because, yeah, getting the 6,000 points is not particularly difficult. It's if you want to go for a much higher score than that, that's when things can start to get a little bit crazy. But also a little bit fun. So do let me know. If you guys want to let us know your highest score. I should have used his active skill, considering it was the final phase. Let us know your high score if you got higher than 6,000 points. We do always like to have a bit of friendly competition in the Discord, so do check out the links down below. Join the Discord. Even if you don't want to post a high score for Burst Mode, join the Discord anyway, be part of the community. But yeah, if you want to set a high score and let us know what it is, there's a few of us that always go for seeing as much as we can. Someone I think has already posted one that's like 6,800 and something. So I will probably get to work on setting a high score after I'm done with the video, because we'll just do the 6,000 points here for the 2 categories. Bond of Friendship should be fairly straightforward, because obviously it's going to have a lot of Gokus and like Gohans and stuff on it, so I'm not expecting it to be particularly difficult. I'm not sure, because most Gokus are on Bond of Friendship, right? So like God Goku, Physical God Goku, you could just make a full-on like pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans, like Gohan and Goku's team, for this, with a bunch of physical and int characters, and I imagine that would be more than doable. But obviously we will be going on to that after this run here. Krillin might actually be able to finish off Yamcha, although it's only got 6.6 million attack stat here. Yeah, maybe not. Oh, Yamcha with the super on Krillin. How much does this do with him having the only 50% extra attack? Yeah, still double digit damage, so no need to worry too much. Getting the 6,000 points I think is pretty straightforward. I think we mentioned like a good few burst modes ago, they made it a little bit easier to get the 6,000 points. Well, he's got no rainbow orbs, eh? Let's let Gohan go first then, why not? And we'll do that, and then we'll just grab that one last physical orb for Chaozu, get a little bit of extra HP. But Gohan has no unit super on this turn. I don't think I use him sort of barely ever where he doesn't have Goku or a Piccolo like on rotation with him. But get the additional with a crit. Remember, Yamcha in slot 2 gets an extra super, because if you put him in slot 1 but there's no attacks, because he doesn't dodge an attack, he doesn't get those extra 2 attacks that have a chance to be supers. But in slot 2 he does still get one, but not that it really matters, because he just finishes him off with the first super attack here. So there you go, we can go ahead and hit the star, finish off the stage here. The funny thing about Burst Mode is always the fact that you still get all of the medals. And just in case I pulled them off the free tickets, I pre-farmed all of the medals for TN, so I do not need any Yamcha medals. But there you go, 6,070 points. Pretty straightforward with this team. So we can go ahead and go claim our Burst Mode missions, which, like I say, builds up to, in increments, up to 6,000 points. 8 stones, a couple of Zenny statues, some meat items, and as you can see, the final mission is to do it with the Bond of Friendship. And as I said at the beginning, I never really show it, but like as I said at the beginning, now all you would have to do, if you remove all of the features, you now just have to do that. And you'd only get 1,050 points, but there's no modifiers, so the event's going to be super easy. But we'll go ahead and build the team here, and then we will jump straight back in and get this Bond of Friendship one done. So let's cut to that now. Okay, so we've got our Bond of Master and Disciple set up. Now, obviously by changing the category, we lose out on 200 points. So we have to make those points up somewhere, otherwise we have all the same things that we had turned on before. No ceiling stunning, attack lowering, tech damage reduction, just the 25%, I say just, that's the highest one. 25% damage reduction. The ones that I've put on is I had to put on this extra 100% attack to get the last 10 points. After putting on, where is it? This one here receives 7% of max HP damage per key sphere of the opposite type. So basically picking up type disadvantage skill orbs does damage to us. So we had to put that on, and then that gives us the extra points that we need. I think, was there something else as well? Because it was exactly 200 points, and that only gives 120. Did I put on... Because if we take that off, it was 5,880. That would have been... Oh yeah, because 200 points less. Yeah, it would have been... Because we got... Oh yeah, because we didn't get exactly 6,000 last time, did we? We got 6,070. So by taking it off, it dropped by 200. So it would have been 5,870. So we had to make up another 130 points. So 120 from this one, and then 10 from like a little bit of extra attack. But when you see the team that we've got, like I really don't think that's going to matter, do you? Physical God Goku, a bunch of LR and EZA Gokus. Like this should be very, very quick and easy. Couple of EZAs in here. We got the Goten and Trunks. We got the GT Kid Goku, the Super Saiyan 2 to Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and we've got the Angel, the Int one as well. Like pretty ridiculous setup for this team. So I can't imagine that this run is going to take very long at all. So let's see how we go here. We'll keep you on rotation, I guess. Do that. Grab those for you. And then, yeah, orbs for physical Goku. I mean, yeah, this is... because we've given him 10% extra attack, or 100% extra attack than he had previously. But considering that this team is considerably stronger, it's still not like an endgame red zone content level with the post-Stanley power creep and stuff, of course. But this team just overall is significantly better than the one we were using in the previous run. So him having a little bit of extra attack is not going to make a huge difference here. We just got to make sure the only thing we need to keep an eye on is picking up type disadvantage orbs will do damage to me, but that's not really the end of the world. We can regen health fairly easily considering who we've got on the team. I mean, the next rotation is God Goku, Namek Goku, and Puff to Power Kid Goku. So I think we're in a pretty good spot here. We're obviously going to finish off Yamcha in one turn, I imagine. Well, I guess there is an STR phase. Otherwise, I was going to say we probably just one turn every phase, to be honest. But I mean, I guess we could let Namek Goku get hit in slot 1. Shouldn't do too much to him, really. So if we do that, grab those, get the orbs for you. It doesn't really even matter because he's not being attacked. And then we get the orbs for Kid Goku to give everyone the extra support and damage reduction. So, I mean, Namek Goku has the extra defensive capability in slot 1 anyway. So with the Path to Power Kid Goku buff, like, he would be fine. So, but yeah, it's definitely the easiest way to do this, right? God Goku, because his leader skill is Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans. And then you can just throw a bunch of Gokus on the team. There's so many different options that we also had that we could have used. So, it should be fairly easy to build it this way. In LR, God Goku obviously could function the same way, because even though he's not the best unit anymore, he has Hybrid Saiyans and Pure Saiyans lead. There's a couple of other ones as well. like GT Goku has Goku Family, so like there's a few different ways you could do the team and just bring a bunch of Gokus in and physical, and then you're going to be set up pretty nicely. So God Goku, yeah, see the problem is if we don't get crits, we're not really doing much damage against the STR phase with our physical characters, but that's fine. Even with the extra attack power that he has, like he's not going to be able to kill anyone here. And then Path to Power, Kid Goku just comes through with the crit at the end of the rotation anyway. So, good timing though that we're getting to a new phase here. So we get the transformation for the Int Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku. I mean, we probably won't ever get the transformation for the other guy. I never get to see it. So, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. And then do this. Might as well keep the Int one here because we've got the type advantage on this rotation. Oh, God Goku didn't dodge. Dodge the super though, right? Nope. But it takes double digit damage, so even with 150% attack, like I say, the Dokkan events do not hit very hard. So even with giving him 150% extra attack, it's really not like all that much. So yeah, we're all good here. 10 million for God Goku. But yeah, let me know how you guys got on. What team setups did you use for Saiyan Saga and Bond of Master and Disciple? Did you go the extreme route for Saiyan Saga with the Raditz leads? Or did you go the superclass route like me with the Yamcha leads? And then, as I say, Bond of Friendship has a lot of different options with all the different Gokus for who you could run as a leader. So plenty of different ways you can build the team. And yeah, should be pretty straightforward. Crit from Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku. No additionals though, unfortunately. So maybe this guy can come in clutch here and get these additionals with his crit chance built in as well. Yeah, come on, one more. There we go, perfect. Alright. I mean, the Super Saiyan 2 physical Goku, he's still decent. I just like, in this event it's not going to happen anyway because losing HP is going to be very difficult because the boss is quite easy. But like, even in using him in difficult events, like my success rate with transforming that Goku into a Super Saiyan 3 is pretty low. So we'll do this because he got hit in slot 1 on the previous turn. So by putting him in slot 2 now, he gets the maximum possible buffs. And then we'll grab those for you. And then yeah, I think we should be looking fairly good here. I mean, not necessarily get the one turn, but obviously we didn't get a lot of orbs for GT Goku. But God Goku, even with only hitting around a 7.5 here, still doing almost a full bar of HP without getting a crit as well. And I remember when this physical God Goku came out for Saiyan Day. It was so good. He was just like the best TY in the game. Had such a good leader skill. I got really lucky on his banner as well, because I didn't pull the banner unit Tech Vegeta, so I kept summoning after I pulled God Goku. And by the time I pulled the Tech Vegeta, I think I'd only spent about 750 stones on the banner maybe, and I'd pulled like 3 or 4 God Gokus in the time it took me to then get one copy of the Tech Vegeta. Because I really wanted him, because I love that, that's my Bulma like moment from Battle of Gods. So I really wanted to get that Vegeta. So I'd already pulled God Goku, but I kept summoning. And just got really lucky and just kept pulling copies of God Goku. So having him at 90% on like the launch Saiyan Day, and then using him for so many things like from that release, he was just so good. So he's an easy A that I'm definitely looking forward to. Hopefully the Int Majin Vegeta gets an easy A at some point this year, and then obviously this guy was the Saiyan Day after, so we'll still be waiting until next year sometime, I think, for physical God Goku's easy A, but definitely we'll be looking forward to that one. I'm looking forward to the Int Majin Vegeta one as well, so let me know your thoughts down below on Int Majin Vegeta. He was a unit that I think I was a Majin Vegeta defender on release, but there weren't really a lot of good meta-relevant Trunkses, so it wasn't until Vegeta and Trunks came out that he kind of got like a second lease of life. But he's definitely a fun unit. I guess his easy A, whether it's good or not, is going to depend on, again, whether there is a meta-relevant Trunks available when he actually gets his easy A. But yeah, there you go. That was 6,000 points with Bond of Friendship, which was very, very easy. And then that is the final Burst Mode mission to get another stone for completing it with Bond of Friendship. So let me know how you guys got on. If you want to set a high score and let us know in the Discord, do go ahead. As I said earlier, join the Discord anyway, even if you don't want to post a Burst Mode high score, join the community. And yeah, let me know how you guys got on and what teams you used. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.